Did you know? The site where Thorpe Park sits today was originally owned by a company known as RMC, otherwise known as Ready Mix Concrete. Got you there, didn't I? During the 1940s to 1970s, the land was used as a wet working gravel pit, but it was in 1971 where this area was filled with water, creating the iconic island-like setting we see today. You're watching ScrewyLoops, and this is Did You Know Thorpe Park, featuring TheJackSilkstone.
Did I hear RMC at Thorpe Park? Did you know, back before Saw the Ride started terrifying the guests of Thorpe Park, a mid-sized GCI wooden coaster was originally proposed for this area. It was planned to interact with Logger's Leap, also featuring a twister-style layout. This project was scrapped, however, in favour of the Gerstlauer Eurofighter we all now know as Saw the Ride.
During construction, Saw the Ride was recognised by a very different name. It was codenamed Project Dylan. Many speculators thought it could be related to the name of a character within the eventual story. Those who dug deep enough even discovered that Dylan was in fact a minor character within the Saw franchise. This was discovered before the Saw IP was even announced. However, in actuality, the project was named after the lead designer's pet cat, sharing that same name, Dylan.
When Saw the Ride opened in March 2009, the park claimed it to have the world's steepest drop at the time of 100 degrees. Even though Steel Hawk at Indiana Beach already featured a 111 degree drop a year prior to Saw's opening. These were both beaten shortly after though, when Mumbo Jumbo opened in July 2009 at Flamingoland, boasting a whopping 112 degree drop.
A coaster which did officially break a world record, however, is Colossus, located within the Lost City area of the park. This Intamin mega loop has smashed the inversion world record in 2002 by inverting riders a total of 10 times. The record wasn't beaten until the Smiler opened 11 years later in 2013, containing a total of 14 inversions, and still to this day remains the record holder.
The design of Colossus was actually adapted from another Intamin looping coaster. This coaster was Monte Macaia, which was located in the Brazilian theme park Terra Encantada. Built in 1998, the layout was near identical to what we see on Colossus today, with the only differences being a larger drop, higher top speed, an additional helix and 2 less barrel rolls. Monte Macaia closed in 2010 and has been relocated to another Brazilian theme park called Mirabilandia.
When Colossus first opened, Intamin used a similar train style to their mega coaster models, but only for the first year. Due to their design, riders were able to lift their legs outside of the train as it was in motion, creating a major health and safety risk. As a prevention measure, metal bars were then installed onto the sides of the train throughout the opening year. In 2003, the trains were removed entirely for the ones we see today. Ain't no moving your legs in those now.
One popular flat ride which started its life outside of Thorpe Park was Samurai, the Mondale Top Scan, which opened in 2004. This attraction originally opened at Chessington in 1999, an unlikely thrill ride to find in such a family-oriented park. It remained at Chessington until 2003, where it found a much more fitting place within the Thorpe Park lineup.
And resting in peace by Samurai stands the remnant of the last remaining SNS Sky SWAT Slammer. This ride was one of 2 of its kind in the world, the other being Catapult at Six Flags New England, which was removed in March 2013, leaving Slammer as the only one left until its eventual demise in 2017. This attraction was completely discontinued by SNS, possibly due to its costly reliability and maintenance issues.
Did you know that Stealth, the Intamin launch powerhouse, which opened back in 2006, was originally going to be titled The Edge? In fact, it was so close to being called this that you could see the outline of the original name on Stealth's entrance sign, back when it first opened. The reason for the sudden name change came from a dispute between Thorpe Park and Pizza Hut. Yes, Pizza Hut. They held rights over the name The Edge to use for one of their food products, thus the iconic name change to Stealth.
Another major alteration to Stealth was the launch system. If you look at Stealth's entrance sign, you may notice it states that the coaster travels 0 to 80 miles per hour in 2.3 seconds. This was originally the case when it first opened, but due to frequent rollbacks, the park needed to modify the launch system to ensure it hit the correct speed every time. The acceleration was changed from 0 to 80 in 2.3 seconds to 0 to 80 in 1.9 seconds, making Stealth the 4th most powerful launch in operation today.
Hidden away beyond Stealth's launch are the Sunken Gardens, an area of the park not many people are aware of. These can be accessed towards the top hat end of Stealth on the right hand side and makes for a rather tranquil transition from the thrills of Thorpe Park. If you can remember far enough back, flying fish actually started its life in this area of the park, but was moved in 2004 to make way for Stealth.
Flying fish wasn't the only thing that disappeared in Stealth's wake. Tidal Wave, the park's signature water ride, once featured many special effects alongside the splash pool. One of these was a gas tank which burst into flames as the boat passed by. However, the gas line that made this effect function was cut during the construction of Stealth. The gas tank theming prop can still be seen today as the large rusty orb in the centre of the pool.
Talking about water rides, did you know that Storm Surge came all the way from Florida in the United States? The attraction was bought second hand from a park called Cypress Gardens, a park which was eventually acquired by Merlin and transformed into Legoland, Florida.
Another little fact about another not so little water ride, Loggers Leap, RIP, is that it used to have the tallest drop on any log flume in the UK for several years after opening, which was eventually beaten by Niagara Falls in American Adventure, RIP again. Oh, and it used to have a very interesting soundtrack consisting of Cotton Eye Joe by Rednecks. Quite literally, where did he come from, where did he go? Rest in peace, his Loggers Leap.
Did you know 2012's B&M wing coaster, the Swarm, was the second of its kind to be built, the first being Raptor, located in Gardaland, Italy. It was also the first roller coaster to contain the dive drop element, which at the time was dubbed the Thorpe Park inversion. This inversion can now also be found on coasters such as Gatekeeper at Cedar Point and X-Flight at Six Flags Great America.
According to Thorpe Park's medium-term development plan back in 2010, the Swarm, then dubbed as Coaster 1, was proposed to reach heights of up to 50 metres, which works out to roughly 164 feet. This is the exact height of Gatekeeper's first drop at Cedar Point. Was the Swarm originally planned to be built at this scale? Or even more interestingly, was the Swarm originally designed as Coaster 2, seeing as the height matches more accurately? And we are yet to see this 164-foot coaster in the works? Watch this space. Just want to say a massive thanks to Jack for joining us on this video. If you already haven't, please make sure to check his channel out by clicking the card directly above in the right hand corner.
Thank you so much for having me on this video, Chris. It's great to finally be on the ScrewyLoops channel. Be sure to leave a thumbs up if you want to see part 2.
If you enjoyed this video, then please hit that like button, smash subscribe for more content like this, and make sure to flick the bell to keep all up to date. And if you want to see a second part to this episode, then let's aim to get 500 likes. David Arnold gets the massive shout out for guessing this ride and park correctly before anybody else. So massive shout out to you, David. For more chances to get a shout out, make sure to follow me on Twitter. It's at ScrewyLoops, and also facebook.com/ScrewyLoops without the E, because the word screw is offensive for some reason. Friggin' snowflakes. Top left is the latest video, bottom left is a random one, and make sure to hit that button on the right for the ride of your lives. You've been watching ScrewyLoops. Ta-ra a bit.